of the world, now I'm living. And the good just gets better, keeps on giving. Not even close to the end, it's just beginning. Life is getting lighter while the days are getting brighter, yeah.
Hey there, thanks so much for joining us today. My name is Ann Perry, and my guest today is Stephanie Garcia. Hey, Stephanie.
Hey, how are you doing?
Great, how are you doing?
Well, not too bad at all.
Excellent, excellent. So Stephanie's going to be our guest in the August 2019 Master Number 11 membership. So given that we're all transcending from a 3 universal year, that being 2019, into a 4 universal year, we all know that the 4 energy is all about coming up with a plan and getting unstuck and coming up with some action to be able to get you moving. So we thought that there was no better time than now for you guys to own your shit once and for all. So, it's okay to acknowledge that 11s have a bit of a challenging time. We know that, right? The 11s tend to be a little bit more sensitive than others. They feel like they're not from here. They're waiting for the spaceship to pick them up and take them back. Whatever it is you're feeling, it's okay. What's not okay is to get stuck in there, okay? So Stephanie spent her lifetime figuring out ways to own her own personal shit and her business shit and all the other stuff that goes along with it. And so she is going to be sharing with us how she's overcome some of her own personal challenges. Some tips that have helped her to overcome the need that 11 sometimes feel to stay stuck. So Stephanie, why don't you share a little bit about yourself and help us to understand how we are going to be able to move past what's keeping us stuck into what's going to get us moving.
Yeah, so this is a subject that I was really, really excited about. When we finally came up with this topic, there was just something that was like, yes, it was a big yes, because it's something that I can talk about personally for my own self, but also professionally.
Because you are an 11, right?
Yeah, exactly. But I've had that transition between, having to figure out how to own my own, stand in my own power personally, but then, how do I transition that into my career as well, into one that's fulfilling. So for the past 20 years, what I've done is I've been a photographer for the past 20 years. And as a photographer, what I would do is go into a woman's closet or a person's closet or the wardrobe for that photo shoot. And what I would notice is that 10% of of the clothing in that closet was who the person actually was, and 90% was filler. So what I mean by that is that it would be clothes that either was on trend, looked like something their friends would wear, something that kind of fit but didn't quite fit, but was good enough. And why that became significant to me was that I started to notice that that is how people were also living their lives.
Wow. So
what I would do was I decided it transitioned into then turning around and taking those 10%, and making a photo shoot around that. And when I did that, a whole new side of them emerged.
Wow.
There's something really powerful about having the permission and the space and the safety to just be yourself.
Right.
And so what I did is I took a lot. So for a lot of years, I got really good at helping people to own their shit in front of the camera. And then from there, I started to learn new things about how to help other people, or how to help people start to own their shit in their lives as well.
Right. On a day-to-day basis.
On a day-to-day basis.
Right. Excellent. So this month we're going to be talking about just that, right? We're going to be talking about how to own your own personal shit. We all have it, whether you're an 11 or you're not. We all have it. So in the Master Number 11 membership group, and for those of you who don't know about the membership group, it's www.masternumber11.com. And if you check that out, you'll see that there is a membership. It's only $11 a month. You can cancel anytime if you like, but there's all kinds of really good information. And so we offer a new video with a new guest speaker every single month. So this month, Stephanie's going to be talking about how we do own our own shit. And the first thing we have to do is acknowledge it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You have to know what it is in order before we can own it.
Exactly.
So we have to own who we are, expression, our style, all those things.
So are we going to be talking about owning our past too?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think one of the biggest things you have to own is your decisions that you've made in your past.
Right. Oh yeah.
A
few more decisions.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's no sense in going back and saying, oh, I wish I would have changed that. What if I knew better? If you knew better, you would have done better.
Exactly.
But part of owning who you are, it is your past and the experiences that you've had. And yeah, that's painful, but how to be able to move forward from that, because I think we get stuck in that a lot.
So it's learning how to forgive ourselves.
Part of it. There's so much more, and we'll go into that in the webinar, but that's one part of it.
Okay, and then the next part would be learning how to be our own best advocate.
How to advocate for ourselves in our own inner circle. There's something about, we can get really, really good at like feeling empowered privately. We can own our shit and just like, yeah, you know what, this is who I am. F the world if you don't, da 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 da. But when you get to the people maybe in your own inner circle, that can be more of a challenge. When they start coming at you and questioning you and you don't quite have an answer, or you own yourself for a moment, but there's still a little bit of wobble there. So you can get in there and really get you to question yourself. So what we're going to work on and talk about in the webinar is going to be ways to advocate for yourself, stand in your power, even in the face of people who are naysayers and challengers.
Exactly.
Especially, you know, if you've got problems within your own immediate circle, like with your parents, friends, other family members, this part will be really important to you.
So the reality is that 11s have a huge need to fit in, right? And so sometimes with this huge need to fit in, they find themselves giving away their power, right? And they start to morph into who they think everybody wants them to be rather than who they really need to be.
Yeah.
They sacrifice a lot of who they are. And that's what, you know, builds all the frustration and the unhappiness and sensitivities towards everything, because you don't really know who you are because you've been too busy being somebody else.
Oh yeah, yeah, and I would say that these are things that are not just 11 things. This is universal. This is a human thing. But I think we're talking about people who are just really sensitive to this.
Right.
Yeah, and people who just really feel sensitive about wanting to rock that boat. They don't feel very comfortable about you know, changing things up.
Exactly. Because again, it's always about, you know, if I say this, will that cause people to reject me? Because you guys always seem to play in that field all the time. You know, you're constantly trying to do the right thing and always trying to be the right person. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, you know, your vibration is up here and the rest of us are kind of here. These guys are not going to raise their vibration to meet you. So either you stand there in your power right from the get-go, but most people don't, most 11s don't. They get programmed to believe from a very early age that they've got to drop their vibration if they're going to fit in. So what we're hoping to do is to help you to see that you don't have to drop your vibration. You might need some new skills with which to be able to maintain that vibration, which brings us to the next point of stepping into your power. It's not just about stepping into your power. That's great. You can do that, you know, one day and maybe not the next. We want to see you do it every day, right? We want to see you stand in your power and own who you are and go after your wildest dreams.
Absolutely. At least most of the time. You know, we all have days where we just, you know what I mean? I'm walking my talk, I'm still doing this, and there's still days.
Yeah.
But I'm always constantly working on having more good days.
Exactly. So we're going to be getting together in the Master Number 11 membership group on the 26th of August, which is a Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It will be recorded. Now, this is only open to members, so if you want to take part, you need to join the membership, okay? So you can hop on over to masternumber11.com and sign up for the program. You'll get all kinds of other videos that are already in there that have been creative. We're talking about diet for 11s. We'll be talking about psychic development. There's Harline therapy. There's human design. There's all kinds of really cool topics, all designed to empower the Master Number 11s. So the real cool thing is, though, anybody who joins the Master Number 11 and the existing members right now have a chance to win a session with Stephanie. So Stephanie, you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so over the years, I've learned a thing or two.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, personally and professionally, but I will say, like I said, I walk my talk on this subject, and this is a subject that I'm really excited to dive into. But I wanted to be able to create something after we started to talk about this, and after we decided we're going to do this webinar. I said I wanted to create something so that people can learn about what I've been working with other people in photo shoots to do, whether they come to me for a photo shoot or not. So I decided I was going to create this session called a Discover Your Shit coaching session.
Like it.
And so what it is a 2-hour session. We're going to figure out who you are, where you're at in your life, and where you want to be. If you're the kind of person that has so many different interests and you feel really scattered in your life and you're struggling to figure out how to focus it into something that you can start making traction in your life, the session is for you. If you're the kind of person that is got family members and people saying that you should take that traditional route, but something inside of you says, nah, that doesn't work for me, the session is for you. If you're the kind of person that is in your heart feeling you've got to do something in this world and you just know, but you don't know what it is yet, it's also for you. And what I'm saying, I'm really excited about being able to give one session away for free.
Awesome. And the value of that session is $199. So if you guys want to win and take an opportunity to win this session, then you got to sign up for the membership. And I would really encourage you to attend the live event next Monday night. Now, I'm going to let you know a little bit of a secret too, guys. It was only about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, when Stephanie and I started to work together. And man, she cut through a lot of my bullshit. She really did. And I would not be where I am today. I would not be nearly as successful as I am without her coaching me along. Seriously, I mean, she can see through the bull crap faster than anybody I know. And she does it in such a great way. She's hugely empathic. She's very sensitive. She's very intuitive. She just knows what makes you tick and what doesn't. So I really encourage you to check her out. So Stephanie, they can book a session. People can book a session with you on your website at voiceofdreams.com.
Yeah. You're going to produce. You're going to give the link in this.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Can I say one thing about sensitivity?
Yes.
I've learned over the years how to make that sensitivity be something that works for me, not against me.
Rather than against you, absolutely.
Yeah, there's something about being empathic and picking up on everybody else's energies and then getting upset sometimes when people say certain things to you. I've learned how to strengthen that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've learned to embody that, which is really something that I also want to talk, that I learned, that's something I like to teach and talk about too within the discovery session and in different things like this. Because it is possible to not wobble all over the place.
Exactly. And so for those of you who plan on attending the live event on August 26th, Stephanie's going to be online with us in a Zoom format like this, where you're going to be able to come on, you can have your video on or off, it doesn't matter, whatever makes you more comfortable, but you're going to be able to ask her questions and converse with her directly, likewise with myself. So this is a pretty cool opportunity. So
yeah, it's going to be fun.
To do it. We've done these things before, but I'm really passionately empowered about this topic because right now I am in a 4 personal year. Okay, so that's about building a new foundation and building it stronger and coming up with a step-by-step approach to making your life work for you rather than having all the fluff in the background. It's cutting out all the noise and just going for it, right? So I've made some pretty good gains. So I know that going into 2020, each and every one of us, regardless of our life path number, regardless of what your personal year is, regardless of any of that stuff, we are all going to be under the umbrella of the number 4. So the 4 is the time when you really need to take a stand. It's a time that you really need to put it together. It's time to stop just kind of, treading water and learning about being an 11 and learning about your challenges. Let's get over the challenges, right? Let's leave them in the dust so we can move forward. Life goes by real quick, right? So we want to make the best of it.
Yeah, and I want to say that also it's great to learn about these subjects. And in the Master Number 11 group, Master Number 11 site, there's a lot of resources where you can learn more and more about being who you are and how to handle that. But now it's time to kind of take it into some action. Yeah. In the world, instead of just in our immediate circles, let's figure out how to do this in the world.
Right, and feel a little bit more comfortable working within our workplace and our homes and our families, and where we feel the most judgment. How do we stand strong? How do we say, this is who I am? Deal with it, people. Right?
Yeah. And how do we pass that?
You own yours too. And the thing we talked about this a little bit earlier. The neat thing about this is that many 11s have a hard time expressing what they need. They have a hard time expressing what they want, okay? Because there's always this fear of rejection. There's always this fear of being left behind, that sort of thing, because you're always trying to fit in. Right. But, when we learn these skills, when we learn these tools, we're going to be able to step into who we are. And, when you communicate who you are, it's amazing how much easier your relationships become. You might be a little afraid to speak your truth, but when you do speak your truth, people know where you're coming from. And think about it, it's a lot easier dealing with a person who knows who they are than trying to fish around and dig around and step around and tiptoe around people who don't know who they are, right? So we're hopeful that you're going to be able to gain a ton of information, a ton of life skills, because we are all shifting, guys. Whether you take this program or not, we are all shifting into a 4 universal year, and we have to make it count, because you don't see this again for another 9 years. Okay, so if you really, really want to take this seriously, if you really, really want to grow and be ready to take advantage of this amazing energy that's coming your way, you need to jump on board. So
yeah. There's something about standing in your power also that gets rid of some of that wonky energy that's around you. If you feel like you're being walked all over, or people aren't respecting you, all these different things that you're struggling with in your life, if you can stand in your own, own your shit, stand in your own power, a lot of that stuff just naturally goes away.
Yeah, it does. It absolutely does. And in the process, we start to recognize that we're teaching people how to treat us.
Oh, yeah.
In a very subtle way, without making any dramatic changes. We're starting to teach them how to treat us. So,
and you're inspiring other people to own it too. You're inspiring other people that they can do it too.
Yeah.
And it's just a slight, subtle change in your energy, but a huge impact in the world.
Right. The slightest shift creates the greatest return. And it's not just about us. We're all light workers, right? So we're all intended to go forth and help others to grow as well. So when we grow, everybody else around us is forced to grow as well. Right?
It makes a huge difference in our families too. And then when you extend that into the community and into the world, that's where your ripple effects come in.
Exactly. Well, I'm excited, Stephanie. I'm really looking forward to this. So you guys check out Stephanie at voiceofdream.com. Check out my Master Number 11 membership site at masternumber11.com. And we look forward to seeing you next week, Monday, August 26th, 2019 at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, where you're going to be able to learn these tips and a whole lot more. There's going to be all kinds of really good goodies coming on. Actually, you know what? I'm just thinking I might just put out another prize out there too. So stay tuned for that. Just came to me. I got a real good goodie coming up. So you better, you know what you guys want to do? You want to jump onto the Facebook group. There's a Master Number 11 portal. Okay, Master Number 11 portal on Facebook. Go in there, join that. Make sure you answer the questions, because nobody gets in without answering the questions. You got to tell us about yourself a little bit. 2 questions, simple. But I'm going to announce another prize in there too, which I think you'll find really kind of interesting. So, okay, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Thanks, Stephanie.
All right, thank you.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. Take care. Bye for now. Love you guys.